play just 3 matches, score an own goal, receive a 1-match suspension, get eliminated from the tournament with your national team, and still receive an enthusiastic reaction from the entire football world. That was the summer of Riccardo Calafiori, a player known mainly to Serie A and Bologna fans. Now it's time to share the story of the defender who is being hailed as the new Maldini and explore his journey in football. The comparison between 22-year-old Calafiori and Paolo Maldini is not accidental. Both made their debut matches at the Euros in Germany, separated by 34 years, and both share a similarly bold and daring defensive style, which Italian football is known for. Calafiori has consistently received enthusiastic praise and was even listed among the 60 most promising young players in the world in 2019, when the 17-year-old Italian was playing in Roma's academy. This recognition came despite the fact that he had not yet played a single match for the U19 national team and had not appeared in the main squad of his club. Additionally, the player was recovering from a serious injury that could have ended his career. In October 2018, during the UEFA Youth League, Roma played against Viktoria Plzeň. A player from the Czech club, moving at full speed, tackled Calafiori's knee with a straight leg. His patella was dislocated on the pitch, resulting in a torn ACL at the age of 16. This sounded like a death sentence for any young footballer, as it meant losing crucial years for the development of their game and their growth as a player. In Calafiori's case, doctors had to reconstruct his knee piece by piece, as he might have ended up disabled if not for the intervention of surgeons. Emotional support came from Roma's main team, where the day after the incident, Edin Dzeko scored a hat-trick against Viktoria Plzeň, dedicating it to the young player. Calafiori had to undergo a lengthy recovery process and work with physiotherapists, as he had to practically relearn how to walk. Calafiori himself said that years later he considers that terrible injury to be the most positive experience of his life because he was always supported by his parents and the club. After his recovery, he had to start from scratch. It was only in September 2019 that he began to make appearances from the bench for Roma's youth team. It was only 2 years after the injury that he realized his dream by playing for Roma's first team in August 2020, where Paulo Fonseca gave the young defender a chance in a match against Juventus. Despite lacking confidence, Roma managed to win. Although it was just 60 minutes, they were significant for a player whose career had nearly ended before it even began. In the new season, Calafiori was often more of a visitor to the medical room than to the main squad. He dealt with COVID-19, a thigh injury, and numerous other muscle injuries. Consequently, he played only 8 matches throughout the season. However, in the Europa League, he managed to score his first goal at the senior level in a match against young boys from outside the penalty area. It is worth noting that despite the severe injury, Riccardo did not lose one of his key attributes, his speed. Managers saw him as a classic fullback, but his dribbling ability had significantly declined after the injury. It seemed he was simply afraid to dribble, despite having been very good at it before. In the summer of 2021, Paulo Fonseca was replaced as Roma's manager by another Portuguese, Jose Mourinho. Mourinho did not show much sympathy for the young player and fielded him in only 9 matches that season. A lifeline came from Genoa in January 2022. That season, Genoa performed poorly both on and off the pitch. As a result, Calafiori played just 1 match and specifically only 45 minutes. Toward the end of the season, he was injured again. Despite this, Basel decided to buy him for 2.5 million euros. Calafiori was incredibly happy about this transfer, as it gave him a real chance to prove himself in the Swiss league. It was at Basel that the transformation of the Italian defender began. Despite a minor injury at the start of the season, he made his debut in October 2022 and immediately became a regular starter. Additionally, his other positive qualities on the pitch began to emerge. When Heiko Vogel became the new manager of the club in the spring, he eventually moved the Italian defender from the left-back position to center-back. Calafiori regained his confidence and began to show incredible dribbling skills for a defender, as well as contributing to the team's attacks. After such a season, many Italian clubs came calling for the player, with AC Milan and Bologna being the main contenders. Thiago Motta persuaded the player to join Bologna and promised to use him as a central defender, as Riccardo himself believes this is his best position. In the end, Basel received 4.5 million euros, which was quite low, but the Swiss club urgently needed the money. The Brazilian manager initially brought the newcomer off the bench, but he soon became a regular starter for the club. Bologna played with 2 central defenders, and alongside him were either Sam Bukima or John Lukumi. The club's fans were pleased with the transformation of their beloved team, and last season they conceded only 32 goals, which was the 5th best record in the league. The club pleasantly surprised everyone with their style of play. Riccardo stood out for his consistent support of the forwards, managing to make 5 assists, which is a lot for a central defender. He even scored a brace at the end of the season in a match against Juventus. In that match, he demonstrated the qualities we saw at the Euros and why Arsenal is interested in signing him. He participated in a tackle in the center circle, won won the ball, drove it toward Juve's penalty area, and scored against Wojciech Szczęsny. Although Bologna couldn't hold on to their lead and ended up with a 3-3 draw, Calafiori became a hero in Bologna. Thiago Motta highly praised Riccardo and was incredibly pleased with his style of play and initiative on the pitch, as well as his resilient character, which is very important for a defender. Many managers might not appreciate a defender's assertiveness, but Thiago Motta approved and adjusted the tactics so that if Calafiori lost the ball, his teammates could minimize the mistake. Luciano Spalletti also appreciated Calafiori's style of play and called the young defender up to the national team for Euro 2024 in Germany. He didn't make it to the Euro by accident. He was a backup choice after Giorgio Scalvini, but the Atalanta defender got injured and Riccardo was taken in his place. At the Euro, he made an incredible impression on the public with his bold play in the match against Albania, and in the match against Spain, he was the best player in the Italy squad, even though they conceded a goal because of him. However, in the match against Croatia, it was thanks to his solo run and assist that Italy managed to advance to the playoffs. Naturally, he played the entire match phenomenally, as confirmed by the statistics. This was enough to draw the attention of top clubs in Europe. Two contradictory things are said about Calafiori, but strangely enough, they don't contradict each other. On the one hand, Riccardo displays a genuine style of football reminiscent of the 2000s. He is not afraid to attack, ready to run across the entire pitch with his team, and such play clearly inspires his teammates. Players like Calafiori, who do not conform to systematic play but act on instinct and enthusiasm, are invaluable in modern football. This instinctive approach is something modern footballers, who often fear stepping outside their manager's instructions, lack. For this reason, he is compared to Maldini and even Cannavaro, as he is a player from that era. However, Calafiori is also seen as a defender who will change the perception of center-backs, taking on more tasks than just classic tackling. In addition to a good first pass, his ability to advance the ball is equally important for defenders. With his dribbling skills, Calafiori has the potential to revolutionize not just Italian football but also the global game. It is remarkable that at the age of 22, he has come a long way in realizing his incredible potential. I hope his transfer to Arsenal happens, as he could be the key element that helps the Gunners secure the coveted Premier League title. What are your thoughts on Riccardo Calafiori's journey in football? It would be interesting to read them in the comments. Personally, I am interested in seeing how the Italian will handle the intensity of the Premier League and whether he can become one of those Italian footballers who have made a name for themselves in English football. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and highly recommend you to check out some of my other videos such as the rise of Andriy Lunin and how Freiburg became the Bundesliga's phenomenon, as you can see on your screen. My name is Ole. Love this game. I'll see you next time.